There we go.
After he covered similar issues,
something like that. You pitching the story or whatnot on my phone.
Ukrainian efforts
and here it is. Here's the timer.
Backfire.
Okay, now here's the
My third question.
giving the vocals. Okay, you got two vocals. You got a pitcher, and you got the pressure. Now give him the pressure, and you got the what that is. I don't see the correlation. You see a girl turning you down, you get impressed.
We're concerned about a conflict of interest.
You pitch an idea.
That's because he had secured a well.
What's wrong with that? I don't see no illegitimacy in that.
On the board of a corrupt Ukrainian company.
Given that,
while his father
girl turn you down, you depressed. You pitch an idea. What's so dirty about that? I mean, what's so? I don't know what to call it. What I said earlier is dirty because you're gonna try to incriminate. You're gonna try to self-sabotage.
They replaced their quid pro quo.
So now let's move on. Okay, so since you will already on the process, let's go ahead and incorporate fire or whatnot.
Bribery. You would think they would take some.
You know what? Nunez might have a point there. Nunez might have a point there because I'm over here at the candy bar at the what he called at the place where he bought waters and whatnot. You know, on stretches alone on skips. And like, yeah, even Nunez might got a point there. Might got a point. Because like, you know, his textbook example was a boost. That's a boost.
The media, of course, are
I mean, like something on general. I'm talking about like that. You know, with the short you know what I'm talking about? All that. You know what I'm talking about? And like you said with them, I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of feeling when he's talking about that. Because you know what? You know what I'm saying? I was on that designer and I was like, yeah, that was my one. You know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, 180. I'm like, what happened?
The mainstream press won't give it to them straight. They'll go elsewhere to find it. Which is exactly
right. That's why you gotta mess with us. I'm depressed at this point, man. Not on me.
Thank the gentleman.
So you say weighing in his hands from his outfit, and then they're going to say, "Oh, you did for many
Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman is an active duty military officer. He joined the Army after college and served multiple tours overseas. Serving in South Korea, Germany, and
bodyguards surrounding me. I got enough problems
at a time of heavy fighting and was awarded a Purple Heart.
I got a nucleus of problems that just occurred to me yesterday. So
since 2008, Colonel Vindman has served as a foreign area officer specializing in Eurasia,
intimidation,
serving both at home and in U.S. embassies in Ukraine and Russia. He has served as a political military affairs officer in Russia for the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. He joined the Trump administration in July 2018 and he was asked to serve on the National Security Council.
So what's your issue?
Jennifer Williams began her
So your issue is $17, or the issue is $17?
From college when she joined the Department of Homeland Security as a political appointee during the George W. Bush administration, and after working as a field representative on the 2004 Bush-Cheney presidential campaign.
This is the
She joined the
impotence
Foreign
of
Service
it.
the following year,
The gummery.
including tours in Jamaica, Beirut, and Lebanon.
Alright.
Prior
Gummery.
to joining
So what is
the office
that?
of the Vice President, she
rubber
served
bands
at the
on
U.S. Embassy in London as a public affairs
Gummery.
officer. In April 2019, Ms. Williams was detailed to the
My
office
fault.
of the Vice President, Mike Pence, where she serves as a special advisor on his foreign policy team covering Europe and Russia issues. In that capacity, she keeps the Vice President aware of foreign policy issues in Europe and Russia and prepares him for foreign policy engagements and meetings with foreign leaders.
I'm getting banned. So
Two final points before witnesses are sworn. First, witness depositions as part of this inquiry were unclassified in nature.
So what is the nature of this? Okay, give me, you're going back and forth in this. This is like an expression. Is this what I said? This is probably something, an idea I made up.
Second,
And extrapolate the information equation to an expression and back to an equation.
Retaliate against any U.S.
So what is this?
Testifying before Congress.
So which one's jobs and which one is like identity?
If you would both please rise and raise your right hand, I will begin by swearing you in.
Do that.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Well, I mean,
Let the record
I
show
decided
witnesses
that
have
was
answered in the
pretty cool.
affirmative. Thank you, and you may be seated.
oh man.
The microphones
that's
are
so bad.
sensitive, so please speak directly into them.
Oh God, I was lying.
Part of the record.
I was
With that,
lying.
Ms. Williams, you are now
Right,
recognized
right.
for your opening statement. And when you are concluded, Lieutenant Colonel Vindman, you are recognized immediately thereafter for your opening statement.
Sure, thanks.
Ms. Williams.
Thank you, Chairman Schiff, Ranking Member Nunes, and other members of the committee for the opportunity to provide this statement. I appear today pursuant to a subpoena and am prepared to answer your questions to the best of my abilities. I have had the privilege of working as a Foreign Service officer for nearly 14 years, working for 3 different presidential administrations, 2 Republican and 1 Democratic. I joined the State Department in 2006 after serving in the Department of Homeland Security under Secretary Michael Chertoff. It was with great pride and conviction that I swore an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution, administered by a personal hero of mine, former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice. As a career officer, I am committed to serving the American people and advancing American interests abroad, in support of the President's foreign policy objectives. I've been inspired and encouraged in that journey by the thousands of other dedicated public servants who I'm proud to call colleagues across the Foreign Service, Civil Service, military, and federal law enforcement agencies. I have served overseas tours in Kingston, Jamaica, Beirut, Lebanon, and London, United Kingdom. I have worked to implement humanitarian assistance programs to serve millions of victims of the Syria conflict, and served as an advisor on Middle East issues to the Deputy Secretary of State.
Ask me what I've done.
And this spring, it was the greatest honor of my career to be asked to serve as a special advisor to the Vice President for Europe and Russia. Over the past 8 months, I have been privileged to work with the dedicated and capable men and women of the Office of the Vice President to advance the administration's agenda. I have also worked closely with talented
you just automatically activated your, like, you know what I'm saying, your
State Department of Defense, and other agencies to advance and promote U.S. foreign policy objectives.
Thought you hated me.
In this capacity, I have advised and prepared the Vice President for engagements related to Ukraine. As you are aware, on November 7th, I appeared before the committee for a closed-door deposition pursuant to a subpoena. I would like to take this opportunity to briefly summarize my recollection of some of the events I expect the committee may ask me about. On April 21st, Volodymyr Zelensky won the Ukrainian presidential election. On April 23rd, the Vice President called to congratulate President-elect Zelensky. During the call, which I participated in, the Vice President accepted an invitation to attend President-elect Zelensky's upcoming inauguration, providing that the schedule worked out.
I was there about 5 minutes
late. The Vice President
late.
had only a narrow window of availability.
And, you know what I'm saying, I worked on attendance after that. After that, I didn't mess around with attendance. So I don't understand why I get fired from 17
As a
jobs.
result, we did not expect to know whether the Vice President would be or could attend until May 14th at the earliest.
No, why didn't you just
preliminary
ask?
trip preparations in early May.
Okay,
On
and
May
then,
13th, an assistant to the
and
Vice
then here
President's
you go,
chief of staff
accusations.
called and informed me that President Trump had decided that the Vice President would not attend the inauguration in Ukraine. She did not provide any further explanation.
I never pulled a no-show.
I relayed that instruction to others involved
You talking about
in
fire?
planning a potential trip.
You talking about...
I also informed the NSC
You
that the
sound
Vice
bad
President
now.
would not be attending.
Okay, now
So
you expression
identified
now.
a delegation
The
to
session as
represent the
attends
United
and what
States
you such.
at President-elect
That's
Zelensky's
it. I
inauguration.
can do whatever I personally want to do.
On
You
July
know what I'm
3rd,
saying? If I'm not
I learned that
working,
the Office of
man,
Management
I don't gotta
and
go. I
Budget
don't
had
gotta
placed a
lift a
hold
finger
on a
on
tranche of security
that
assistance
sense.
designated for
In a
Ukraine.
sense, I'm so boring.
According to the information I received,
So you're saying,
OMB was reviewing whether the funding
your
was
boss
aligned
has
with the
told you to
administration's
say you
priorities.
right.
I subsequently attended meetings of
Really?
the Policy Coordination Committee, where the hold on Ukrainian
Maybe.
security assistance was discussed.
Maybe it
During those
wasn't
meetings,
just me.
representatives of the state and defense departments
So what that
advocated
means?
the hold should
So
be lifted,
okay, so and
and
what
OMB
you think?
representatives reported
Obviously,
that the White
right
House
on
Chief
your
of
mind.
Staff
That's
directed
right,
that the hold
because
should remain
you
in
aren't
place.
me, and I don't like you
On September
either.
11th,
And
I
even
learned
though
that
I
the hold
really
on
know you're
security
not,
assistance for Ukraine had been
I
released.
want you to say it.
I have never learned what
Like,
prompted
damn,
this.
I gotta say all that.
On
All
July
right.
25th, along with several of my colleagues,
Dun,
I listened
dun,
to a
dun,
call
you know what I'm
between
saying? And all
President
that
Trump
bullshit.
and President Zelensky,
That
the
introduction.
content of which has since been publicly reported. Prior to
All
July
right, now and then I'm like, all right, okay, now where am
participated in
I at?
roughly a dozen other presidential phone calls. During my closed-door deposition,
Well, you
members of the
got
committee asked about my personal views
what's
and
up?
concerns about the July 25th call. As
That's all we
testified
said.
then,
What I said,
I
all
found the
right?
July
Yeah,
25th phone call
what's the deal?
unusual because in contrast to
Yeah,
other
so that's
presidential
it.
calls
You
I had
bleached and
observed,
vetted.
it involved discussion of what appeared to be a domestic
And you
political matter.
really just motively
After the
just don't
July
like me.
25th call, I provided an update in the Vice President's daily briefing book,
Yeah.
indicating that President Trump had a call that day with President Zelensky. A hard copy of the memorandum transcribing the call was also included in the book.
I'm thinking to
I do not know
myself,
whether the Vice President reviewed my
and this is a
update
little
or the transcript.
unusual because she's giving
I
her
did not
like
discuss the July
hiding
25th
methods
call with
before
Vice
she gets
President
questioning
or any of my colleagues in
or
the office
something.
of
So
Vice
she's giving a
President or the
continue.
NSC.
She's giving a I don't know. So
On
given
August
there's the
29th,
situation
I
here.
learned that the Vice President would be traveling to Poland
She's
to meet
talking
with President
about, I don't know
Zelensky
what
on
she's talking
September
about.
1st.
She's vetting. Trying
At
to
the
give like
September
a
1st meeting,
deposition.
which I attended,
Like giving a
President
deposition
Zelensky asked the
stance
Vice
or
President
whatever.
about news
saying.
articles reporting
This is all they're doing is vetting. This is vetting. Like, oh, what do? You gotta fire up lighter. You gotta make decision. Okay, so you do one or the other.
and
Okay.
promised to relay their conversation
that's
to
just
President Trump
right.
that night.
So
During the
that night,
September
what?
1st meeting,
What night
neither
you
the Vice
talking
President
about?
nor
That
President Zelensky mentioned the specific
Fired?
investigations discussed during the July 25th phone call.
Fine. What was that?
Thank you again for the opportunity to provide this statement. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
All right.
Mr. Chairman and ranking members, thank you for the opportunity to address the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence with respect to activities related to Ukraine and my role in the events under investigation.
This is my role, the
I've dedicated my
messenger.
entire professional life to the United
The
States of America.
messenger of
For
old.
more than 2 decades, it
Such
has
and
been my
such.
honor to serve as an officer in the United States Army. As an infantry officer, I served multiple overseas tours, including South Korea and Germany.
Now pick and choose. Pick and choose your side.
I have been a foreign area officer
Like a neighbor,
specializing
you
in
know what I mean?
European and Eurasian political and military affairs.
Like a neighbor.
I served in the United States embassies in Kiev, Ukraine, and Moscow, Russia.
I'm thinking
In
like.
Washington, D.C., I was the political and military
11 o'clock.
affairs officer for Russia, the chairman of the
But
Joint Chiefs of
has to
Staff,
be like,
where I drafted the
you know what I mean,
Armed Forces
like
Global
that.
Campaign Plan to counter Russian aggression and Russian malign influence. In July 2018, I was asked to serve at the White House National Security Council.
So.
At the NSC, I'm the principal advisor